Hey, hey, everybody! It's Karen. That's right. I'm here. You guys are out there. And last week I heard from a lot of people, and I'm so excited. I thought it was up here just, having a good time. No, well, I am. But you guys have let me know that you're listening. And that makes me very, very happy. Just want you to know that. Well, hey, this is Memorial Day. And that brings about a lot of emotions for a lot of us, as a matter of fact. And so when you're sitting there and you're thinking about people that you've lost or people who have been in the military, so it kind of means different things to different people, as a matter of fact. And I would say probably the first person I think about when I think about Memorial Day would be my dad. He spent some time in the Army, and he loved physical training, good old PT in the Army. And what's funny is that when I went home back to North Carolina and we had his funeral, there were pictures of him doing PT, and he was calling cadence and stuff like that. It was really great to see because I look an awful lot like my dad, and to see him up there doing that, the side straddle hop, it was just really weird. One of my first memories of my dad was of him being in his Class B uniform, and of course at that time the uniforms had really changed quite a bit, but back then, and that was in the 70s, we won't say how old I am, and he'd come walking down the street, and he had his big, what we called garrison cap at the time, and it had, of course, the eagle on it. And I could see him coming from, God, it would seem like a mile away at that time because I was a little kid. And when he saw me, he reached up and he grabbed me like that. And then, unfortunately, I got kind of caught on his hat, and it was kind of like a thing where the blood kind of dripped down a little bit like that. And I often say I was kind of scratched by the eagle because then I was ready. You couldn't keep me away from the Army if you tried, much to my mother's chagrin. And she did try, but it was just kind of one of those things that kind of got in my blood. I've always been a very patriotic person, and so I will never forget that day because I was just like, Mommy, I got scratched by the eagle. And she goes, oh, get in the house. And I also have another veteran, as a matter of fact, is a friend of mine, Jamie. As a matter of fact, she does a lot of writing with us. She's one of our business partners here for Wellness Works. Her father, Richard, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was in the Navy, as a matter of fact. And I met him, way after that time period, of course. But he was one of the greatest storytellers. He could make the Bible just come up and just do all kinds of wonderful things. I still have a few notes from him just teaching me a few things about the Bible. I will not forget that. And so every Memorial Day I kind of think about him too. He loved radio, talk radio, and we would share all those ideas and all that good stuff. Just good times, And so I really would desperately enjoy that. And my friend Bob Medke, oh man, he was my Toastmasters buddy. And he was amazing, from wonderful Alabama. He was just a great guy. And God, he lived to be like 92. And he would always say to me, Karen, you got to remember, you got to just bloom where you're planted. If things aren't the way you'd like to have them, just make them happen. Make them happen. And oftentimes when things kind of go a little badly, I think about Bob, and I say, Bob, daggone it. And I can hear his voice. Karen, bloom where you're planted, honey. I love that. Isn't it amazing? Those memories make us feel so warm. And I guess we're kind of thinking about those kind of things on this weekend. So whomever you're thinking about, whoever you hold close to your heart, hold on to those memories because they really are super precious. Boom. And now I want to show you just a few exercises to get you moving. You know I was going to say move it, didn't you? You're just like, oh my God, maybe she'll say nothing. Maybe she won't let us move today. A lot of times when you're doing something, you say, look, I've only got just a little bit of time, so I can only do a couple of things. I get that. You don't have all this time, hour here, hour there. Maybe you got 15 minutes, and you say, okay, great. I want to go ahead and I want to get things moving. Okay, so we're just going to do a couple of exercises just to get you moving. All right. Okay, so here you are. You're standing up. You're saying, okay, great. What can I do? You got to move it as you go. Bloom where you're planted. So here we are. We're just going to drop it right now. And we are going to, that's right, we're going to make it happen. Bam! Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And up. And back down. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. That gets your body going. You are using using all kinds of different muscles. It feels kind of good. You're going really quickly, so you're really enjoying that. So you could do that, right? Of course you could. You could do that. And then, of course, running in place. You can always run in place. Just nice and easy. Take your time. All right. I got a few seconds. Karen said I could do this. So you're taking your time. You're making it happen. Everything's going really well. And you're saying, I guess I could maybe do that. Okay, I got this done. Taking your time. Whee! No problem. If people see you doing this, they'll think you're a little crazy. But that's okay. This time you just watch Karen and, well, that's what she does. You got to move it. Oh, yeah. I like that. And then I'm going to kind of slow it down just a little bit. Okay, I need to kind of stretch a little bit. You always take time to stretch. It is so important. I'm going to keep telling you that. Stretch before, stretch during, stretch after, whatever you want to do. Stretch! So, bam! So we're hitting the deck again. There you are. Nice and easy. Your hands are up like this. You're on your knees. Your hands are out, more extended out. And then what you're going to do is you're going to kind of come up just a little bit with your shoulders. Kind of put your shoulders up. And this is called the cat-cow. Nice and easy. Just kind of stretch. And what that does, I feel myself popping all over the place. I'm like a popcorn maker. But it's really good because you're stretching. Ooh, I love that. So remember, wherever you are, just stop, drop, bam, exercise. That's what you got to do. You guys are so great. I'm so glad you're out here. Go ahead, email me, Karen@wellnessworksnorthwest.com. Let's talk about things. The best conversations happen when you just email me and we make things happen. We start talking. Next thing you know, we're on the floor doing cat-cow. You guys are the best. I'm giving you positive vibes and all kinds of wonderful prayers. Remember, your memories are precious. And I also want to say a major happy birthday to my sister-in-law, Sarah. Happy birthday, Sarah.